other students will like hold the door open for us, or if we drop something, they'll pick it up for us, because everybody here knows what it's like to have your baby in your arms and then drop something, so they pick it up for you, and it's really kind of them.
One of the kindest things that I've seen here in New Futures is if we don't have enough supplies or we need anything for our baby or ourselves, we always can go to Dime Time and they'll give it to us without paying or helping us.
The last kindest thing I saw was 3 minutes ago. Karen gave a student some milk for her science fair project.
I was asked to tell the nicest thing I saw here at New Futures, and I really can't pinpoint one thing because all of our students are so wonderful and helpful to each other and get along so well that it just warms my heart every time I'm here.
What impresses me about our students is the way they support each other. You're all pretty much in the same boat. You need the same kind of support. It's very encouraging.
So I'm thinking of all the times I see my students helping each other with their babies and with their work. Sometimes somebody's trying to nurse and juggle their work and stuff, and all of a sudden another student will be there holding their stuff and handing it to them. And I just think how nice that people are so quick to help each other around here.
Okay. The nicest thing I've seen here at New Futures is during lunchtime we have Title I reading parties, and we get to eat pizza and salad, and families come and the babies come, and we all get to sit and enjoy ourselves and eat pizza and read books.
The nicest thing I've seen at New Futures is seeing the mothers and fathers bonding with their babies.
The nicest thing that I saw here at New Futures was when Karen at the front desk helped me with my daughter, and she noticed my daughter was having a hard time crying, and she gave her a stuffed animal that she could keep, and that was really nice, and I thanked her for that.
I can think of two things. One is watching students help other students in the classroom, which is good because often students communicate better with other students than teachers do. And I mean really helping, not just letting them copy answers. And then I think of the kindness of people who give such stuff, really good stuff, to Dime Time. So those are the two things I can think of.
Okay, the nicest thing I've seen at New Future was my friend, she brought flowers for the daycare teachers for Mother's Day.
The nicest thing I've seen at New Futures is how the daycare people take care of the kids.
The nicest thing that happened to me this year, I had 2 students who came in every day at lunch for quite a while, and they would come in every day just to see how I was doing, and it was just a really nice feeling.
The kindest thing I saw was when my friends hold my baby so I can finish eating, and then they finish eating.
The kindest thing I've ever seen here at school is a student stopping their work to give time to instruct another student in how to do it. A complicated problem, giving up their time that they could need and could use to help another.
The nicest thing that has ever happened to me here at this school is where I found fresh flowers on my desk, and it was for no reason at all, and Mary Lafferty put those there.
The nicest thing I've seen at this school so far that's happened to me is I had this student named Ebony Clark, and she once said thank you to me after a really hard day of class, and it was awesome.
So I have so many examples, both with students and staff, so I'm just going to say a couple. One thing that sticks out is we had a student who was really upset. She had some personal things going on in her life, and we walked into a room and she was sitting with 2 other students on the floor, and they were just there supporting her and encouraging her and talking with her and helping her through her difficult time. So it was just really nice to see that students come together and help each other through difficult times. That's one thing. Other things that come up are our staff. Our staff is really supportive of our students, and a lot of times they'll do things for our students that will help them. So if it's getting them some food, or if it's driving them somewhere, or taking them to an appointment, it's just something that I've noticed the 3 years that I've been here. It consistently happens where staff reaches out to our kids. And one other thing I'm just thinking off the top of my head is we had a student who was kicked out of her home, and she literally had nowhere to go. And we had a student take her in for some time and help her with that. So there's just a lot of great, supportive, encouraging people in our school, both staff and students.
Okay, so I always see random acts of kindness at New Futures, so this was a hard one for me. But when you run something like the Fall Festival or prom, you have a lot of needs, and a lot of people here at New Futures step up and volunteer time and money and effort to make sure that these things happen and that they go well. So when we're doing Fall Festival, there is a lot of food that's needed, there are lots of decorations to put up, there are lots of games to be run, and everybody in the school pitches in to help with that. And then when prom or winter ball comes around, we have to make hundreds of decorations instead of buying them, and we have found a DJ through a student, and we have been donated food and money, and all of our parties end up being great and memorable. And it's all because of the New Futures community, inside and outside of the school. So that is probably the best and most kind thing I've seen at this school.
What I've noticed lately is I have some students who have children who are a year and older, and they're teaching their children manners. So they're teaching them to say please and thank you and to be helpful to their teachers. And I just think that's a really great way to start your child's life, by teaching them how to be kind to others.
So the kindest thing that I've seen here at New Futures is the fact that we help all the mamas achieve their goals, and that's just something so amazing.
I think one of the nicest things that I've seen here at New Futures is when the moms thank us for taking good care of their children. And I love working here.
The kindest thing that I've seen at New Futures, would have to say, is not the gifts, but the appreciation back and forth between the students and staff. I think that we have a beautiful respect for one another, and we enjoy one another and appreciate one another. So that's the best.
The nicest thing I've seen here in New Futures is done by Jennifer Piper or Ortiz. Anytime anybody needs something in dime time, she's always willing to help out, even when she has class and she's busy and people are coming in and out. I think she does a good job of helping out and being kind with that.
The kindest thing I ever saw at the school was when this girl's boyfriend died, and all the whole class rallied around her. They all wanted to help her out, and they got together when she was out of the class and wrote her a beautiful card, and they all signed it and gave it to her that day, the day she found out that her boyfriend was dead.
Just in general, everybody here seems to care about each other. I've seen a lot of schools, people kind of have their own little fractions. They don't have much thought for anybody else, but here everybody seems to care. All the teachers wanted to have an interest in how the students are doing. And I think most of the students all care about each other as well.
I think that what comes to mind most about one of the kindest things or nicest things about working here at New Futures for me is the graduation. Partly because we just graduated yesterday, so it's on my mind, but graduation, there's no graduation better than a New Futures graduation. The students just look so elegant when they walk out. The speeches are heartwarming. And just when I look at the students when they come to get their diploma, each one as they come to me, I think of moments that I had with them before they graduated, either in a crisis or sharing a story that was really happy, and sharing that story with me, a student. But I remember things as they come to get their diploma. I remember events that I had with the student that is a great memory. So actually seeing them walk and finish is heartwarming for me. So that's my story.